The Orbitax International Tax Research and Compliance Expert has added a new enhancement to the treaty section. Our latest enhancement will always be indicated by an orange star. Under the Treaties tab, if we pull up two countries, for example, I'm choosing France and Japan, let's take a look at the treaty status. So the OECD has developed a BEPS strategy and produced what we call the multilateral instrument. Various BEPS concerns are caused by perceived abuse of tax treaties, making the amendment of those treaties necessary for the effective avoidance of BEPS strategies. This was approached in a big bang, Action 15 of the BEPS project. Close to 100 countries, which are part of the OECD's inclusive framework, together developed a multilateral instrument to implement treaty-related BEPS measures, or the MLI. It was signed by a wave of close to 70 countries, with 10 committing to signature and more intending to do so. When it enters into force, sometime in 2018, it will impact close to 2,000 bilateral tax treaties, or 85% of the signatories' treaty network, with more to come. This affects all international businesses who use a treaty. The MLI substantive provisions impact 4 broad areas, including anti-treaty shopping rules, rules to counter the avoidance of PE status, rules concerning dispute resolution with an option for mandatory arbitration, and rules aimed at neutralizing the effects of hybrid mismatch arrangements. Depending on the options exercised by the various countries, the MLI will potentially impact existing and future structures, including in such vital areas as eligibility for treaty benefits, applicable withholding tax rates, or the determination of tax nexus, PE, with a given country. In other words, the world post-MLI will be very different from the world pre-MLI. This area was begging for a solution. We're all used to applying tax treaties as amended by protocols, and the consolidation of such tax treaties is pretty straightforward. The MLI works differently. Countries signing up to the MLI may exclude some of their treaties from the exercise altogether, or they may elect between available options, make reservations on certain clauses, or reverse those reservations and opt in later, at a later stage. This means that the existing tax treaties for the greater part cannot be consolidated with the MLI in the same way ordinary amending protocols can be. Instead, those treaties must be read in conjunction with the MLI, thus entailing an arduous exercise of speed dating to determine the exact treaties are impacted and precision matching to determine in which exact way the specific treaty is impacted. So here we have France and Japan. You can see that they both have an MLI position, and I can open this to further see what that entails. Now, if I don't read French, I might have a hard time following this. You can further expand to see what other countries France has a covered agreement with. So this is now called, these countries came together and both agreed on the same articles to be amended. It's now called a covered agreement, or the BEPS MLI. Let's go down into the treaty itself to see what that entails. So here I have my treaty, and now highlighted in the yellow, you can see which articles France and Japan have agreed on. Again, we have a covered agreement, and see how that's going to affect the future of the treaty. Let's click into Article 5, for example. You can see at the top of Article 5, this states that the MLI Article 12.1 would apply with respect to Article 5.5 in the treaty. So we've done the math for you, and we allow you to simply click in the article itself to bring you directly to the paragraph that's going to be effective. So we've done the math for you, making it very easy for you to follow along. Looking at another article, for example, Article 9, you can see that the Treaty Article 9.2 is going to be replaced by the MLI Article 17.1. Takes you directly to 17.1. So this should be very helpful when these go into effect in 2018. We've added a video for you so you can follow along here on the right-hand side to see how you are going to use this specific section. Coming to the top, I also encourage you to go into the latest release note, which will further explain the multilateral instrument release, what it is, its impact, and how it's going to affect you. It will be very helpful moving forward to use this in the treaty section. As we move into Q1 of 2018, we will be considering how BEPS is going to affect the rest of the software, and we will amend them accordingly and keep you up to date. Thank you.